Hello, Bobcats, Mr. Fletto here. Welcome back to another fantastic week at the Helena Middle School. On today's Bob lesson, I'm going to discuss a little bit for the next 2 weeks technology do's and don'ts at Helena Middle School. Technology is awesome. Technology is all around us. We have lots of technology for learning here in 2017-2018 school year, way more than we had when I was a kid growing up going to this same middle school back in, well, I'm not going to tell you when that was, but it was a couple decades ago. And it's really important to make sure that we're using technology appropriately. So I'm going to run you through some do's and some don'ts. We want you guys to use technology, make your life easier, but we want you to do it in the right way. Some of your teachers, if you have devices, will let you use them in certain situations. We have lots of Chromebooks here in the school. We have computer labs. We have the library. We have technology all around us. Technology is a part of our life in 2017. We can't escape it. It's here to stay. It's only going to grow. We want to make sure that everybody in this school knows that technology is a good thing, but we're all on the same page with the rules and regulations and norms around it. So we're going to get kicking off. This week I'm going to talk a little bit about technology within the school. Next week, going to dip into some social media and technology and how to use it outside of school and things to do and things to don't. So buckle up, tune in. Bob lesson. Hope you guys go out and make it a great week at the Helena Middle School. All right, this week's Bob lesson is going to be called Responsible Use of Technology, and this is going to be part one of a two-part series. This part is going to focus more on technology at school. The second part is going to focus on technology and social media as. But first, let's be our best this week at HMS. Let's be Bob. Let's be safe. Let's be responsible. Let's be respectful. And let's be a learner. All right, at HMS, we recognize that we are in the 21st century and technology is not only all around us, but it is also a vital part of how we communicate and how we live. There are many technological tools that support the development of 21st century skills, blogs, wikis, social networking sites, apps. You guys know better than we do. I think you, our Bobcats, you students are more in tune with technology than probably we are as teachers. We support the use of technology here at HMS to enhance and enrich the learning of our students when used in support of education and learning. Students are responsible for appropriate behavior and decisions when using technology in the school. Mr. McKay mentioned that at HMS alone now we have about 450 Chromebooks for enhancing student learning. This number doesn't take into consideration the dozens of computers we have in the multiple computer labs in our building. So to sum this up, technology is all around us. Technology is a part of being a learner in 2016. All right, let's talk about a cell phone policy real quick and review this at Helena Middle School. Students are able to have their cell phones on them and possess them, but cannot use them unless they have permission from a teacher to use them or they have an emergency that requires them to use them. So just to review, and for you 7th and 8th graders, this is old hat. Keep your cell phones in your pockets, keep them on silent, keep them in your lockers, or keep them at home. If we do have an emergency, we have plenty of phones here that we can use, but we really need to be responsible with our cell phones here at HMS. Speaking of cell phones, some of you that get on the internet via your iPods or your cell phones will notice a new sign on to get on the internet this year. And basically what this is to make sure that we are using our internet appropriately. Every technological decision you make in the school can be tracked. There's technology out there that can track for keywords or if you're searching for inappropriate stuff. Every picture, tweet, text message you press send on is forever out there in the internet space. And I'm going to talk more about this next week, but the digital imprint can never be erased. Think about that before you hit send. Think about just because you're on the internet and you're on your phone, it's not always private, especially when you go to log on, that can be traced. So use the internet appropriately. Technology is a good thing. I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer. When used responsibly, the internet and technology can be a fantastic thing when it's used with proper intentions. Using the internet here at school is for doing research or finding out information or in an educational capacity. When it's used in the proper context for the right things, when it's used in the proper settings, when it's used to keep you safe, like in terms of emergencies, we have technology on us. When it's used to help you be a learner, and that's going to be the main one here at HMS, is maybe with your own cell phones, if you have them, technology is used to help you be a learner, or with the Chromebooks or in the computer lab, so on and so forth. Technology can be great to communicate, and I'm going to talk about that more next week. It can really get us in trouble with communication too. It can be great to help us collaborate and put more ideas than one together. It's great to publish information, just like this very thing I'm doing right now. I never thought that I would be sending out messages or podcasts or getting a message across using technology. It's pretty cool. And of course, technology is awesome when it's used to support education. All right, technology do's at HMS. Do use the district and school technology to advance your education. We have 450 Chromebooks, and they're here to help us learn and help us access our education. Avoid giving out personal or sensitive information on the internet, such as your full name, address, social security number, future plans and locations, current location, telephone numbers, etc. Keep that private information private. Take good care of the equipment and leave it in good condition for the next student that comes along to use it. Follow instructions of teachers, librarians, technology teachers, and computer lab assistants. We have to be responsible with our technology use. Ask for help with or report equipment or software problems if it's not working. Tell a teacher, tell Mr. Myers, tell an adult so we can get it working properly. And immediately report any inappropriate or questionable communication, such as email, websites. If you get a message that doesn't sound right, if you pop across a website that doesn't seem right, tell your teacher, the librarian, or technology coordinator. All right, also develop passwords that are important and specific to you, but not strangers. Avoid using simple and common passwords like 1234 or Mr. Flato or something that somebody could easily guess. Use a password that's private and do not let other people know your private information. Keep password information to yourself. Your friends do not need to know your password information. This is something I saw a lot last year with people using other people's phones when they weren't supposed to get onto Instagram and do some of that stuff, or people's Instagram getting hacked. Keep your information to yourself. Your friends do not need your password information for anything. We need to keep good boundaries with privacy. Cite your digital sources correctly. Your English teachers will talk at length about this. Plagiarism is not cool. Plagiarism is taking somebody's ideas, somebody's work, and passing it off as your own. Return all borrowed technology equipment promptly and in the same condition as you received it, so we can continue to enjoy all the technology we have here at HMS. And finally, make sure you log out when you are done using the technology so somebody doesn't get in and get into your information. As always, use technology safely and responsibly, and technology will be a great thing that can enhance our educational process. All right, this week's quote of the week is, with every great privilege, and we have lots of great privileges here. I know when I came here last year from a previous school, I remember talking to Mr. McKay about all the privileges you guys get here, like the ability to chew gum or have cell phones on you or use all this great technology. And I remember Mr. McKay said, our philosophies here at HMS are to treat you guys with respect, obviously, but treat you guys like young adults and give you these responsibilities and let you handle them. So with every great privilege comes great responsibility. In terms of technology, there's technology all around us, and we have those privileges here at HMS, and that's a good thing, but with those extra privileges comes added responsibility. Responsibility, use technology correctly, use it in the right context, use it when we are allowed to, use it when we are supposed to, and make sure that we are responsible with that so that we can continue enjoying all the great technology we have here at HMS. So keep that in mind with every great privilege, and this isn't just go for technology, this goes in life. With every great privilege comes great responsibility. I have one final video that outlines the danger of cell phones. That brings us to this week's Jellybean Question of the Week winners, who are Finn Morrison, Hazel Bishop, Nevaeh, no last name. Come give me a compelling argument that it was you that filled it out. Adela Sund, Camille Certain. In the dictionary was the answer. The only time Christmas comes before Thanksgiving. This week's Jellybean Question of the Week. I'm tall when I'm young and I'm short when I'm old. What am I? If you think you know, submit your answer to Bob Box by Friday. Tune in next week to see if you're a winner. Make it a great week, HMS Bobcats.